Welcome back to the Sports Source. This segment brought to you by Calhoun's. Valentine's Day is Thursday, folks, and all the area Calhoun's locations, they're taking reservations right now. Don't wait to the last minute. Don't forget, for gosh sakes. Make your reservations at a Calhoun's near you today for a Valentine's Day on Thursday. 9 area locations to serve you, Calhoun's. All right, I want to welcome in the next 2 members of our panel right here. Josh Ward from WNML, Jimmy Hines from WNML, and also a Hall of Fame member in his own right. So we got 2 Hall of Fame members on this panel. I've been bragging on Mike Strange. I forgot to brag on you.
You should brag on Mike.
I brag on both of you. So we got a Hall of Fame panel here. I want to start with the recruiting rankings. Let's take a look at these things. This is what 24/7's composite rankings look like. The gold teams are SEC, plus you've got it written SEC beside them, but I tried to make it stand out. Tennessee 12th in the nation, 7th in the SEC, but again, 12th in the nation is hard to argue with. Alabama, Georgia, A&M, LSU, Florida, Auburn, and Tennessee. And I want to take a look at the 4- and 5-star additions in this class. There you go. And I'm going to leave that up here for a second, and we'll come back to you guys and ask you, of these players, in terms of the positional depth where they play, in terms of their talent level, who are the immediate impact guys? Who do you think could be the early impact guys in 2019?
John, I'm going to start with a name on the very top. You go with left or right. I'll go with the left side, Wanya Morris, and I give him the edge because he's on campus right now. He's an early enrollee. Wright and Morris are both going to have opportunities. I think fans saw the offensive line this past fall. You had some issues there. Drew Richmond is a guy that you're having to replace, but you need help there. And I think Tennessee staff recruited through the process, telling offensive linemen, you will have a chance to help right away. Then when you look at the talent that somebody like Wanya Morris has, a high school All-American 5-star, he's going to have a chance to compete this spring, work out during the winter and summer months to get prepared to try to win a starting job. That's his goal, is to start from day 1 at Tennessee.
And I'm sure that's Tennessee's goal. With Richmond gone, you want to have those guys out there and on the field. Darnell Wright, you want to go there, or are you going somewhere else?
Well, he mentioned Wright. I'm going to go Quavaris Crouch. Okay. And the fact that he's a midtermer, I think that helps, that you've got somebody that comes in at midterm. I think he's an outstanding athlete. Now, it hurts a little bit that he was injured during his senior season, but I think the fact that he's able to get in for spring practice, that's going to give him a leg up. I like Henry To'oTo'o also. I think he'll come in and play. The thing that impresses me about him is he broke his foot before their state championship game, and he still played for 2.5 quarters and had like 7 or 8 tackles and a sack. That's pretty dedicated. So I think those 2 linebackers will make an impact.
Strong way to close, too. I mean, everyone knew Wright was going to sign with Tennessee, your 5-star, the other tackle. But the To'oTo'o, I've heard his name 58 different ways, and everyone says, no, this is the way. I'm just picking one and going with it.
Henry T is right, for sure.
Yeah, Hank T. But Mr. T changing his mind there at the last minute, that was an impressive flip. You get him over Alabama and Washington, a nice grab for Tennessee on signing day.
I think in the minds of Tennessee's coaches, that was almost a must-get because Tennessee needed help at linebacker. Crouch is a really good choice there, but they're really trying to add speed and depth at linebacker, and To'oTo'o joining the group. And as you mentioned, beating out Alabama, that means a rival doesn't get him as well. That really helps Tennessee. You get the headline on signing day from landing this big-time player, which Tennessee is still is trying to build the brand, as Jeremy Pruitt said. Getting that kind of player from California helps.
What's amazing is there were several SEC teams that were able to beat Alabama head-to-head, and Alabama still walked away with the #1 class in the country. They changed basically their entire staff, and they still walked away with the #1 class in the country. Jimmy, the Vols signed 23. You also have a couple of transfers coming in. D'Angelo Gibbs, who was a DB at Georgia, looks like he's going to be a receiver at Tennessee, and Aubrey Solomon from Michigan, defensive lineman. These 2, you look at Justin Fields, he got the waiver. The NCAA said, yeah, you can play it right away after you transfer from Georgia to Ohio State. Your thoughts, you know that Solomon and Gibbs are going to try that with Tennessee. What do you think the odds are of them getting immediate playing time?
If Fields gets it, I think they should too. I don't know what the odds are, but I don't know why in the world you wouldn't give them immediate eligibility. So I'm going to say I think they're better than 50-50, but the NCAA really is hard to predict, even though there's precedent set sometimes. So I think they will get them on the field right away. I think that'll help a lot. I thought one area where Tennessee fell a little bit short in recruiting was on the defensive line, and they didn't get a pass rusher that I thought would have helped them. Solomon is not that, but he will help you with your defensive line. The other area I thought Tennessee could have helped itself a little bit more was I thought they needed another speed receiver. I thought that would have helped them some. But other than that, I thought they had a really good class.
Yeah, the trick is they had so many holes that whatever they did, you're still going to wind up saying, oh, well, they could have done more here or here because you had to pack it in other areas. I want to give credit to Brian Niedermeyer, National Recruiter of the Year according to 24/7 Sports. When Jeremy Pruitt brought him in, I know that he turned to some confidants and asked how much duty they should give him. I think we have some tape of that. No, we don't.
Put Niedermeyer on it. He's a sneaky little just like you, right?
Much funnier when you're ready to go with it. But anyway, Niedermeyer had a great class.
Yeah,
he did.
Yeah, he really did, coast to coast, because Quavaris Crouch, you have Darnell Wright. On the West Coast, you have Henry To'oTo'o. Maybe a lot of coffee, too, for him and Jeremy Pruitt, because they closed the early signing period with Crouch and on Wednesday with Henry To'oTo'o.
Yep, very good. Very good. All right, when we come back, we'll do some other stuff. Football, basketball, we got lots to come. Come on back on the Sports Source.